Welcome back to the program. With me now, Liberal MP Tim Wilson, and I spoke to Kieran Phelps before the break. The Liberals got quite a fight in Wentworth there.
Well, no one's disputing that. I mean, Wentworth is not a seat that anyone is taking for granted. Kieran Phelps will be a competitive candidate. And, you know, our task, we've got a great candidate, a guy called Dave Sharma. He is one of the best and brightest I've ever seen. And he'll put up a fight, but it will be a fight. No one's pretending otherwise.
The polling today, what do you make of it? There have been some people, some observers sort of questioning the Labor primary vote, that it's too low in this survey. What's your sense of things? Oh,
well, polls come and go, is the truth, Kieran. And, you know, we know that we've been on the back foot. No one's trying to pretend otherwise again. But I think what people are responding to is the Prime Minister's clear focus on the issues that affect the Australian people. Obviously, we had the Aged Care Royal Commission that was announced yesterday, very clearly focused on protecting and helping those who are most vulnerable. But people are also seeing the economic record. So what we're seeing is people responding to the Prime Minister, but we've got a way to go yet.
Is he doing enough when it comes to the internal concerns about and claims of bullying?
Well, I think he is, because we actually do have internal processes. We've got the whips who are responsible not just for party discipline, but also for, let's just say, pastoral care, and provide a mechanism, provide those pathways if people have got complaints. But of course, if anybody's got a complaint, they should raise it with the whip. They can raise it with the Prime Minister as well, and they should expect it to see followed through.
Is it something that you feel is close to being resolved, or? Well, is the angst, is it continuing? Obviously, when these things happen, it's a huge trauma for many people involved.
Well, leadership battles are traumas, and yes, these examples, these issues are traumas, but rightly they're held privately, and if there is an investigation, they're done privately. You know, we're not commenting on the media because they often deal with sensitive information and allegations, and so I don't really have an assessment on it. My hope is that if people have got complaints, they put them forward, they give them to the whip, they're followed through, and that everybody's respected until those processes are extended.
To the focus on the unions this week is where the government wants to focus on the economy and unions, particularly misbehaviour. Ensuring Integrity Bill, which is going to be put to the upper house this week, is it all about trying to sort of reignite this kill bill strategy, as Labor says?
It's not about that. It's actually about governing for the Australian people. What we know is that there are lawless union officials running around this country, including lawless unions. A culture has entrenched itself. And this is not a kill bill strategy. This is an opportunity for Bill's strategy. He can actually stand up for the law, for safe governing of work sites, and making sure that people are treated properly by supporting this legislation, by saying if union officials cross the line, if they break the law, that they'll be held accountable. If he doesn't stand up, if he doesn't, he'll show once and for all that he's captured by union interests at the expense of the safety, health and welfare of ordinary workers.
And do you feel that this is part of the, as you look now to the next 6 months or so, how do you see the Liberal Party, the coalition, being competitive at the election? What needs to be done beyond, obviously, the obvious, and that is to have some unity?
Well, unity is key and critical to our pathway to electoral success. Obviously, our economic story is also very important. 1 million jobs, 1.1 million jobs create 100,000 for young Australians to get their first step on the economic ladder. But we've got to keep that following through. We've obviously got the mid-year economic fiscal outlook coming out, which should hopefully show some even further positive news for the economy. And that's the focus of the government at every step, Kieran, is what do we need to do to get Australians into jobs? What do we need to do to get Australians into a better position they were in last year or before the last election? That's where our focus is. That's where our focus will remain.
Tim Wilson, appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
Thanks, Kieran.
A quick break.